Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. The local park that I jog at, there's a lot of people, the same people who come in the morning. So we know each other by face. I know some of their names, some of them know me. Yesterday morning while I was jogging, a seeker in our community was visiting from Connecticut. And as he was leaving, he took a selfie with me, and then he left. And then one of the friends in the park had come to me and said, "Who was that?" And I had shared, and I thought about it a lot. This is a student of mine. And then he looked at me and said, "I figured." And then he kept on going. And the whole thought process behind this is, if this seeker, if I had shared that this is a friend of mine, then why would he take a selfie? The relationship can be fairly light then. But by sharing this as a student of mine, the relationship, what's indicated is that this is much more meaningful. And that's why he shared, "I figured." In our community, we are nourishing a deep relationship. If you reflect on your friends from high school, from college, from work, and so on, so many of them have changed. Why? Because the context has changed. But in terms of being a seeker, the context means so little. Because the seeker is trying to change their content. I'm trying to change my content. So our relationship goes on. This is what meaning feels like. Bhagavad Gita's chapter 14, the teaching is on limits. This is already our experience, which is why chapter 15's teaching is limitlessness. For this to be your experience. Chapter 1 is the setting. Chapter 2 is the syllabus. Chapter 15 is the spirit. Chapter 18 is the summary. Chapter 2 is forward-looking. Chapter 18 is backward-looking. The way that Rishi Vyasa and Sri Krishna have designed Bhagavad Gita is perfect. And I hope you're coming to feel that more. You can't feel this through just chanting Bhagavad Gita or just reading Bhagavad Gita, but rather to have the inspiration to apply Bhagavad Gita. In verse 1, Shri Krishna is creating a visualization for us. There are roots. Usually I would point out the roots are here, but the roots are here. From these roots, there are branches. From these branches, there are leaves. I'm going to elaborate on this now. These leaves symbolize. This is the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, not the history of Bhagavad Gita. They symbolize the Veda. The Veda has been volumized into 4 volumes. That's why we use the plural Vedas. Within the Vedas, there are 100,000 mantras. Of these 100,000, 80,000, that is the significant majority, they teach us how to be successful. Successful in the world. Relatedly, these 80,000 mantras or these 80,000 leaves, they beautify this tree. They nourish this tree. But what is most dangerous is that they cover this tree. We never see the branches. We most definitely don't see the roots. And if one lives like this, meaning one is moving from leaf to leaf to leaf, one will stay limited. Comparatively. And these leaves are not on this tree. Not. There are 20,000 mantras in our Vedas or Veda that teach us how to be meaningful. From successful to meaningful, they teach us how to be beyond the world. The earlier mantras, how to be successful in the world. The later mantras, how to be meaningful beyond the world. These leaves, if I can compare them as leaves, they reveal to us what this tree is. Puja Swami Tejomayananda shared, if these types of leaves were on this tree, these very leaves would have cut down that tree and killed the tree. When one immerses themselves in these parinani, they don't stay limited. They become free from limits. The difference between these leaves, one set of leaves traps you, one set of leaves frees you. And Shri Krishna uses further words in this verse, avyaya, which in its fullest meaning means unchanging, but for us, we feel that which lasts long is unchanging. That's not the truth. For a child, they would think, my kids may think that I'm going to live forever. But that's a childish perspective. And so in this visualization, a vriksha is used. A vriksha is that which will be felled or which will fall. Ashvata, that which will not be there tomorrow. When one knows all of this, Vedavit, then one shifts their lifestyle and vision from the leaves to the branches, from the branches to the roots. The same sentiment continues in verse 2. Adaschordvam prasrtastasya shakhaha guna pravriddha vishaya pravalaha adascha mulan anusantatani karmanubandhini manushaloke. Joy. Adaha, below, and urdhva, above, prasarta, are spread out, tasya, these trees, shakaha, branches. It's the translation. Here's the implication. Shri Krishna naturally is sharing that there's branches below. Correct? You have the roots, you have the trunk, you have the branches. So naturally the branches in this downward looking tree are growing below. But here he also shares urdhva. They're growing above. And what he's trying to share here is that there's branches all around. And what are on those branches? Leaves all around. That one is stuck. Such a way of living makes one stuck. What is this way of living? being preoccupied with the leaves, with the branches. Now, for some, that may be a strong word, being preoccupied. Fine. Change it to busy then. When you're busy, are you busy with reflection? Are you busy with contemplation? We're busy with being successful. And so, Shri Krishna is sharing that one gets stuck. Branches below, branches above. What's on these branches? Guna pravidha. The gunas nourish. Vishaya pravalaha. The gunas nourish the buds. The buds are vishaya, or sense objects. Please burn this visualization into your eyes. Like when you stare at the sun and then you close your eyes, you can still see the sun, correct? Roots, branches. Now Shri Krishna is sharing within these branches, there is sap. This sap is the gunas from the previous chapter. What's coming from this sap? Buds and leaves. These buds that Shri Krishna is zooming into are our desires for sense objects. The gunas nourish the vishaya, or the sense of being limited makes me desirous. Desirous for what? Sense objects, because I feel that's what's going to make me happy. Do you all see the stuckness that one can get in? You all see how this is about being successful, more pleasure, more position, more possession. Now, this tree is not done. Adaha, again, which means below. Mulani, roots. Anusantatani, below there are roots that are stretched forth, that are spread out more. Shri Krishna is showing that there's a sense of being stuck not just through the branches, but now these roots have formed below too. These roots below are symbolic for our vasana. Our vasana is to feel kama, or desire, which then forces me to engage in karma, or action. When one ignores the roots above, then the roots below grow. If you forget that your source is divinity, then you start to develop this vasana, or print, where you feel you're only an individuality. That's what these lower roots are. Are you scared? I'm scared. Before I went to see Oppenheimer, there was a preview for the new Exorcist movie, and it was terrifying. How many of you have seen the original Exorcist? It is a terrifying movie. The preview, don't watch it. Don't watch it. This is scarier, and I mean that very factually. What Puja Swami Tejwamananda shared. As we go about being stuck in this tree of samsara, we never notice that there's flowers everywhere, but no fruits. The flowers look good, but they actually have no nourishing value to your health, correct? You need fruits. I was at someone's home recently, and someone had passed away, and there were so many vases of flowers, and I just thought to myself, why? Why not plant a tree? Why not donate to feed someone? What is the point of these flowers? And so much transportation needed to bring these flowers too. So the same goes with, there's flowers everywhere, pleasure, possession, position, but where are the fruits? Do you feel happier? Karmanu bandhini manushya loke. This becomes our world of action, our world of dependence. This is the samsara vriksha that we are living in. Now, as I'm describing this, if you feel annoyed, if you feel angry, it applies to you more. It is your ego that's making you deflect instead of reflect. More to be shared. Shri Krishna is just sharing that this applies to us. But remember, the point of this chapter is, how do we cut this tree down? And lots is shared about that. From inspiration to application, your application yesterday was to think about, why don't younger people commit to the Vedanta course, commit to enlightenment? I feel like this verse was designed for us because maybe 80% of young people are stuck with these leaves on success. They feel that there is more utility in this. They feel this is the purpose of their life. When I had finished business school and I was working, a major reason why I shifted my focus from successful leaves to meaningful leaves is because everywhere I looked, I saw that people were pretending to smile. And I didn't want to pretend to smile. Ask yourself, when you look in the mirror, when you're interacting with someone, are you smiling? Or are you pretending to smile? And if you're pretending to smile, choose different leaves. That's an awesome ad. Choose different leaves. Now, some of you are thinking about tobacco and intoxicants and so on. Vedanta, focus. Your application for this morning is, I want you to go to the Chinmaya Mission website, and I want you to study what the Vedanta course is, and share this opportunity with those to whom they are eligible for this. Study what the Vedanta course is and share this opportunity to those who can join the Vedanta course. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be joy.